So source of funds, अब कोई business जब चलाना होता है तो कंपनी को पैसे चाहिए होते हैं, they need money. Where does the money come from? The first money comes from the owner, the partner, the main person, founder. So that is what is called the source of funds. मतलब पैसे आ रहे हैं उसके पास से. Okay. ये जो इक्विटी आती है तो उसके इक्विटी के बदले उनको क्या मिलता है? So when you invest in shares of a company, what do you get in return? You get dividend. Technically you're only supposed to get dividend. अगर आप लिस्टेड कंपनी में लगाते हैं तो हाँ, शेयर का दाम ऊपर जाता है तो आप प्रॉफिट करते हैं, दैट्स अ डिफरेंट थिंग. बट देन व्हाट इज द कॉस्ट दैट द कंपनी इज बेयरिंग? जो कंपनी है उस पार्टनर के और ओनर के कैपिटल के बदले उसको क्या देना पड़ता है? डिविडेंड. तो कंपनी का जो प्रॉफिट होता है वो बोलती है भाई मेरा इतना प्रॉफिट हुआ है, मेरे 100 ओनर्स हैं, तो मैं सबको एक रुपया दे देती हूँ. सो दैट इज व्हाट इज डिविडेंड. Or let's say 100 owners and the company said, hey, I made 100 rupees of profit, but I don't want to distribute all. I want to keep some money because I have to put up another plant next year. So I will only give you 50 paisa each. Let me keep 50 rupees with me. So that 50 rupees will go back to reserves, but the 50 paisa which was given to every shareholder will become your dividend. और उसको मेरी बुक्स में भी दिखाया जाता है dividend paid to shareholder. और आपके बैंक अकाउंट में वो पैसे आ जाते हैं. Okay, so this is what equity is. Now the cost on equity or return on equity. What does the increase mean? So let's say you saw a balance sheet and you saw उसकी equity बढ़ गई है, not reserves, just the equity. That means that the company has issued more shares. The company has issued more shares, or a third person has invested in a company. Now let's say you're trying to get a job in a company. Okay, let's say you're trying to pick up some assignment for a particular company and they send their balance sheet to you for some reason, and you see suddenly their equity has really increased. So that means that they are raising money from the market. Either they've taken a funding round or they've issued shares to someone, but that means they need money. So you should know, why do they need money? What are they doing with that money? Are they going ahead and partying? Are they spending on advertisement? If they are raising that much money and spending everything on advertisement, that means as a digital marketing firm, you should be very happy. That means your budget is going to be good, right? So every number can lead to a decision. Now let's say you're a supplier. You supply them the fabric, and you see that the company's equity has gone up. What should you do? You should think that means they're putting up another plant. That means the fabric requirement will go up in the coming days. So I should remain a good supplier to them. Okay, or it could be that the company is going into losses. That is why they are needing more money. So let me see whether they are in losses or not, or are they trying to put up another plant. So see, every change in the number will help you reach a decision. आपको ये समझ में आएगा कि आपको उस कंपनी के साथ क्या करना है. Okay, and what does the decrease means? Equity बहुत कम ऐसा होता है, especially in our country. The rules are like that the equity share of the company बहुत कम ऐसा कम होता है. The only time it reduces is, have you heard the word called buyback? What is buyback of shares? Buyback of shares is that when I've issued shares in the market and then I realize यार मेरे पास तो बहुत पैसे पड़े हुए हैं कंपनी में, I don't have any manufacture, I don't want to increase my plant also, let me buy my ownership back, let me take the company's ownership back from the market. So that is where what the company does, they give you money and say तुम अपना शेयर मुझे वापस दे दो, मैं तुमको दी थी पैसे इतने दिन में, 100 रुपए में मैंने शेयर्स इशू किए थे, आज 500 हो गए, अब मुझे शेयर्स वापस चाहिए क्योंकि मेरे पास बहुत पैसा खाली पड़ा हुआ है. So only in this case the equity will reduce. Otherwise the capital, the balance sheet में equity कभी भी कम नहीं होती है. Okay, let's understand reserves. Now what is reserves? Reserves is, as I mentioned, profit, accumulated profit. मतलब एक साल 1 रुपया प्रॉफिट हुआ, उसके बाद 10 रुपया प्रॉफिट हुआ, तो रिजर्व्स में कितना आएगा? 11. उसके अगले साल वापस से 10 रुपया का प्रॉफिट हुआ तो कितना आएगा? 21. ऐसे ही रिजर्व्स बढ़ता रहता है. Okay, so the reserves of the company will keep increasing. So should you be happy the reserves is increasing? Yes, most of the time reserve increasing is a good thing. Should you be worried if reserves are going down? Yes. Whether you are the owner of the company, whether you are investing in the company, whether you are supplying them some products, whether you are doing some advertisement for them, or you're just studying that balance sheet for curiosity's sake, should you be worried if the reserves are going down? Yes. The reserves reducing is a red signal. You need to figure out what's going wrong with that company. 99% of the time there is something going wrong with the company. कुछ टेक्निकल चीजें होती है जिसकी वजह से रिजर्व्स कम होता है, but that could be slightly different subject. But on a very holistic way, if reserves are going down, you should be worried. Okay, let's understand the third, which is loan. Loan, as I mentioned, I mentioned this, I explained this. If you're taking loan from someone, बैंक से पैसे लिए हैं, जैसे होम लोन, किसी फ्रेंड से पैसे लिए हैं, राइट, अपने पापा से पैसे लिए हैं, अपनी मम्मी से पैसे लिए हैं, अपने भाई से, बहन से, व्हाटएवर, लोन लिया और उसको बोला आज तो मुझे 5 लाख रुपया दे दे, मैं इसमें हर महीने तुम्हें इतना % ब्याज दूंगा और इंटरेस्ट दूंगा. सो दैट इज इंटरेस्ट, दैट मीन्स कॉस्ट ऑफ द कैपिटल. उस पैसे को अपने पास रख के यूज करने के लिए आपको कितना ब्याज देना है, व्हाट इज द रिटर्न इंटरेस्ट दैट यू हैव टू गिव टू दैट पर्सन. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम लोन इज टेकन फ्रॉम बैंक्स एंड फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन. इफ यू आर रेजिंग मनी फ्रॉम फ्रेंड्स एंड फैमिलीज, प्लीज बी क्लियर कि ब्याज कितना देना है. तुम बोलोगे अरे मैं दे दूंगा ना जितना कमाऊंगा, पता चलेगा ही इज एक्सपेक्टिंग 30%, बट यू आर ओनली प्लानिंग टू गिव 5%. बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू बैंक्स, इफ यू आर रेजिंग मनी फ्रॉम बैंक्स, प्लीज रीड द डॉक्यूमेंट्स वेरी क्लियरली. आपको पता होना चाहिए कि वो सैंक्शन लेटर कहते हैं उसको. जब बैंक आपको कोई भी लोन देती है तो उसको सैंक्शन लेटर कहते हैं. You have to read the sanction letter in detail. If you cannot read a sanction letter in detail, hire a consultant. Hire someone who can tell you कि उसको कैसे करते हैं. Obviously, CAs are great for it. CA, CS, MBA, all these guys, most of them can read the sanction letter. So read the sanction letter and then accept it. Should you be happy if the loan is increasing? There are two reasons. If the loan is increasing, that means interest cost will also increase. तो क्या उस कंपनी में उतना प्रॉफिट है कि वो उस इंटरेस्ट को पे कर पाए? Point one. Point two, why are they raising that money? Okay, they have to buy property. Fair enough. They have to buy machinery. Fair enough. They've raised the money, but there is no big thing happening in the company. That means if there are no big projects happening and they still went ahead and raised 50 crores in the company, why? पैसे लोगे ना बैंक से, करोगे क्या उसका? So पता चलेगा they're sending their employees to foreign travel, and that's why they needed the loan. So that's why if you see loan का जो process होता है, it is very important for you to understand. Even if you're investing in share market or you're investing or you are the founder of your company and you're seeing your balance sheet, क्या लोन तो मैंने बैंक से लिया था 5 करोड़, but I only needed 3 crore. But why has my company taken additional 2 crore? Who has taken this 2 crore? Where has this money been invested? वो पैसा लगा कहाँ? क्योंकि you have to give ब्याज on it, you have to give interest on it. So you have to remember that. Now decrease in loan is mostly a good sign. That means किसी का पैसा था आप पे कर दे रहे हो, खत्म, liability खत्म. A company which has no debt, is it a good thing? I don't think so. A company should always have some debt and some equity. उसको हम कहते हैं leverage. How high is the leverage of the company? जितना ज्यादा डेट होता है उतना ज्यादा ही उसकी लेवरेज कहते हैं कंपनी को. क्या बहुत डेट होना अच्छी बात है? नहीं, वो भी अच्छी बात नहीं है. इट हैज टू बी अ बैलेंस ऑफ द टू. प्लस कुछ इंडस्ट्री टू इंडस्ट्री वेरी करता है. सम इंडस्ट्रीज लाइक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर विल ऑलवेज हैव वेरी हाई डेट, बिकॉज अब कोई सपोज करो फ्लाईओवर बन रहा है तो उसने 1000 करोड़ बैंक से ले लिए, उसका पैसा 3 साल बाद आने लगेगा, तो एक बार तो 1000 करोड़ दिख रहे हैं ना बैंक बैलेंस शीट पे, सो इट बिकम्स बिग. But slowly that loan will reduce. Let's say for a manufacturing plant, if they're putting up a plant, they will raise money from the bank and slowly repay it. For a trading company or for a service company, mostly the loans are not high. Okay, if the loan is going high, you should know why. Okay.